Hi guys, this is Professor Harsh KACHALIA and today we are going to discuss an interesting concept. This concept is of course relevant with your syllabus. We are talking about a concept from CA final syllabus. Have you seen the paper number 4 law paper? Have you seen the syllabus? There are so many chapters in the syllabus, starting from the directors in the company law, which is like a huge chapter in itself. Apart from that, so many other small chapters, followed by your other laws having chapters like FEMA, SEBI, and the biggest of all, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Of course, there are a few more other small chapters. Let's have a summary over here about a small concept from your Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code chapter. Have you studied Insolvency Bankruptcy Code? Have you attended class for Insolvency Bankruptcy Code? Yes? Okay. Before you watch this video, I would recommend you read a couple of pages from your syllabus from Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, at least a couple pages, and then watch this video and you decide for yourself whether it is giving you any value addition or not. Okay, first of all, I hope you have read the 2 pages before you are continuing over here, and I am starting with a concept from Insolvency Bankruptcy Code. Sir, first of all, what is insolvency and what is bankruptcy? Can you tell me? Insolvency means I don't have money. Bankruptcy means I don't have money. Sir, insolvency means I don't have money. Bankruptcy means I don't have money. Means the name of the chapter is wrong, sir. Name of the chapter should be Insolvency or Bankruptcy Code. But they have said Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Well, law is a game of words. Your and or also, if you change, you know what is the difference between and or? The difference is as big as May and November. Attempt. Correct? Yes. Make sure you understand the name first of all. Insolvency is, in simple layman's language, I will tell you, it's self-declaration. A self-declaration of liabilities being more than the assets. But when you talk about bankruptcy, it is a legal declaration where your liabilities have exceeded your assets. That is why we call it insolvency and bankruptcy. When you talk about insolvency, you are generally talking about individuals. When you talk about the word bankruptcy, you are talking about corporates, LLPs, right? Now, what do we have to study at CA final level? You know, there are lots of sections, 200, more than 200 sections are there in IBC. Only the first 59 sections are applicable for you. How many? 59. That's it. Meaning, our flow of IBC is very simple if you understand the flow. Don't just open the book and start reading from section number 1, section number 2, section number 3, section number 4. Don't do that. You should understand the flow, how to go about with the chapter. First, there is a basic introduction about the code, because insolvency bankruptcy is a code, not an act. It's a code. You see, Foreign Exchange Management Act, Arbitration Conciliation Act, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, Money Laundering Act, Companies Act, all these are acts. IBC is a code. What is a code? A code is a process of bringing provisions from all the different acts under a single umbrella. Understood? It is bigger than the acts. You have Indian Penal Code, Criminal Procedure Code, Civil Procedure Code, Insolvency Bankruptcy Code. You get it? Now understand. When we talk about Insolvency Bankruptcy Code over here, there can be disputes, there can be contradictions between the provisions of Companies Act and IBC, provisions of SURFACE Act and IBC, provisions of Banking Act and IBC. There can be contradictions. Why not? If there are contradictions, IBC is very clear. What IBC says, IBC says, forget the contradictions. If you fall under the umbrella of IBC, IBC will prevail, meaning the provisions of IBC will override the provisions of all the other applicable laws if they are contradicting with IBC. One of the most dynamic chapter or one of the most dynamic laws that has been passed in the recent history of India. The flow is very easy. You understand the basics. Okay, first you understand the basics. Why is IBC there? What triggered IBC in India? What is the purpose of having this IBC in India? You understand all those things. Once that is done, then you start the chapter. Now, in the chapter, you have to study 3 basic things. First basic thing that you are studying over here is known as CIRP. Sir, what? CIRP. That is a corporate insolvency resolution process. A CIRP. Meaning, whenever a company comes under insolvency bankruptcy code, we are not trying to finish the company. No, never. We will not try to finish the company. We will first try to resolve the problem of insolvency. We will first try to resolve the problem. Meaning, corporate insolvency resolution process. This is a process for which IBC gives you 180 days to make a plan. In 180 days, you make a plan, submit it to the tribunal. If everything is fine, you can start with the implementation of the plan and save your company from insolvency, bankruptcy. Right? But if that fails, if your plan is not presented, if your plan is rejected, if the plan is approved but the implementation fails, conditions are violated, in that case, do you know what happens? There is no second chance in IBC. Your company is straight away thrown into the process of liquidation. Yes, your company is straight away thrown in the process of liquidation. That's the power of IBC. Understood? And then there is a new concept which has come just one attempt back in your syllabus for CA final, just one attempt old, and that is known as PIPP. What is it? Just it was like CIRP, corporate insolvency. This is a PPIRP, pre-packaged insolvency resolution process, that is applicable if you are MSME, that is micro, small, medium enterprise. New concept, PPIRP. New concept where entire flow of CIRP will be reiterated. Entire process of liquidation will be reiterated, but the timelines will change, the numbers will change, the approval percentage will change. Getting the point? In CIRP, where normally we say 66%, here we might come across saying 51% or more. Understood? So the committee of creditors, their composition, how many members will be required, and all these questions, of course, we will be answering them in the class, right? And this was just a small, or rather I should say the smallest of the entire concept that I told you. Like this, we have multiple chapters in CA final law paper, and we are targeting completion of entire syllabus with conceptual clarity. If you want to mug up, you have the book, you can do it on your own. If you want to learn the concept, if you want to understand the concept, and if you want to explore the subject in a positive way and come out with minimum exemption in the paper, yes, in that case, let's join the batch for CA final November 2022 starting very soon. Thank you very much. God bless you all.